How's it going, guys? So we're going to find out how good a team of all London Knights alumni would be in the NHL. If you didn't know, the London Knights have produced so many NHL players that have gone on to have really successful careers. So much so that we have like a ton of extra players on this team. So I'll show you guys the team right now. Obviously just going to like sim them in a franchise mode and see how good they do. Personally, I don't think they'll win a cup or anything, but they should do pretty good. So obviously create a custom team for this. That logo there was like the closest thing I could get. So first line here, we have Mitch Marner, John Tavares, and Patrick Kane. A pretty stacked first line. Second line here, you have Corey Perry, Kadri, and Nemestikov. Third line's Rick Nash, Bo Horvat, and Matthew Tkachuk. And then finally here, the fourth line's Pat Maroon, Christian Dvorak, and Max Domi. So, I mean, a pretty solid forward group if you have Domi, Dvorak, and Maroon as your fourth line. Obviously, I think the Knights have produced a lot better forwards than any other position, as you guys are about to see here. So defense, you have Matt and Carlson in the first pair. Carlson's a stud. After that, though, just a lot of average defensemen. Girardi and Zadorov the second pair, and then third pair there you have Methot and Del Zotto. In goal here, we actually have two Jets goalies, Hutchinson and Mason. Mason will probably be the starter because he does have half a star better in athletic. And then, like I was saying, there's so many other players we could choose from. Josh Anderson here, Tyler Parsons. Probably end up being the best of those three goalies, but right now he's still young. Olli Juolevi will probably end up being a stud defenseman, obviously, too. He's still too young right now. Same goes for like Bouchard once he's drafted. They'll probably be like second and third best behind Carlson eventually. Wideman here, Chris Kelly, Cal Quincy. Sam Gagner was a beast back when he played for London, only an 80 now though. Scott Harrington there, and then Red Wing player Athen Nassi. And for the simulation, guys, we have to substitute a team. So just to keep it realistic, I'd like to keep the London Knights in the Eastern Conference. And it actually works out well as the lowest rated team in this game right now is the Ottawa Senators. So I'm going to sub in London for Ottawa. I think London's only like 6 hours away from Ottawa, so actually should do fine. And obviously that means they'll be playing in the Atlantic Division now. Pretty tough division, but should be fun to see how they do. Top players are obviously Kane, Tavares, and Carlson. And look at this, guys. They're actually tied for being the second highest rated team in the Atlantic with Boston and Toronto. Tampa Bay just way ahead of everybody there. 94 overall. They are just so stacked in this game. And for the simulation, obviously, we have the most realistic settings, 20-minute periods, full stim game style. I think this team's actually technically over the cap, so I kept the salary cap on. I think it'll reduce all their salaries. Doesn't matter. We're not making any trades or anything. Just going to sim through and see how they do. I think for sure they should be a playoff team just because of how good the forward group is. It'll make up for the defense and goaltending. I really don't think they'll win a cup, though. Guess we'll have to wait and find out. As you can see here, our team status is contenders. So, like I was saying, we really should be a playoff team. Also want to show you guys what the jerseys look like, as well as the offense, defense, and goaltending ratings. So here's the away jersey. I did my best to make it look like the actual London Knights away jersey. There's actually says like Knights diagonally across the front. You can't do that, so I went with the alternate logo. And then right here's the home, which I actually think looks pretty similar to the Knights home, apart from the logo, of course. But like that's the green. Then they have like the cream stripes there. I think it's the exact same stripe design on both the jersey and the socks. So got that pretty close. And right here you can see the stats, 96 offense with 91 D, 85 goaltending. So definitely an offensive heavy team. Hopefully, the offense can carry. It looks like Patty Kane there is wearing the C. I'll probably give the two alternates to Tavares and Carlson, just the three best players. So we're in late January right now. I think we might be in a playoff spot. I haven't checked yet. The Montreal Canadiens just offered us Jeff Petrie and Schlemko for Polka, third, and Rodewald. But I mean, I want to keep, the core team together. Although Petrie and Schlemko would definitely help us out for sure. Petrie, as the defense, could use help aside from Carlson. But keeping the team together, you can see there, pretty solid record. Probably hovering around a wild card spot. We'll have to see here in a couple weeks. And we just got another offer for a pretty good defenseman. Detroit wants to give us Mike Green here for a second, a third, and Kelly, which is a pretty decent offer. Two, it's another divisional team for some reason. But again, keeping the team together. Almost at 30 wins here before the deadline, which is pretty solid. There we go, 9-4 win. Like, this team just goes off. The Devils, they're offering us Lovejoy. So 65 points. An L's not good. We have 3 games remaining, though, till the deadline. I feel like that's a pretty good spot to be in. Bouwmeester here. Again, if I was, like, making trades, I think all those trades are definitely at least considering accepting. Beat Tampa there. That's a big accomplishment, I'd say. Looks like we're going to have about 68 points. OT loss. I think we're at 69 points if I'm doing the math correctly here at the deadline. Let's go find out. It's a pretty good number to be at, I think, at the deadline. And we are. 69 points. Very nice. Puts us 4th place and in a wildcard spot. Boston behind us. Buffalo somehow in 1st place. I have no idea. They went from last to 1st, apparently. Detroit is sucking there with 42. Patrick Kane, 72 points. That top line of Kane, Tavares, and Marner is probably just killing it right now. You know what? We'll wait till the end of the season just to see how they do. But pretty good spot here at the deadline. And we're now at the end of the regular season here. Played very well up to the deadline. Finished with a record of 45, 27, and 10, so 100 points exactly. I really like that. Like 69 at the deadline, then 100 to finish the season. In our last 12 games too, starting here against Columbus on the 17th, there was only one game, 6-4 loss against Florida, where we didn't register at least a point. So this team was going off. I think, you know, our Corsi was probably through the roof or something. Just all-out offense. I love it. Actually won the division there, past Buffalo. That's awesome. Toronto and Tampa there, both at 95 for second and third. Then you have Buffalo in fourth and Boston in fifth. Patrick Kane almost hit 100 points, 95. He had a great year. I'm sure Tavares and Marner, that entire first line, was crushing it. I wonder if they maybe even leading scorer in the league. We'll definitely have to check. Tavares at 90, Marner at 80. It's still quite good. I'm surprised. Doesn't look like any of them grew in rating. I thought for sure Marner would. Like 20 years old, elite potential. Perry 58 is pretty solid. Horvat 56 as a third line center. He actually had 60 more points than Kadri, who's on the third line. Maybe I should switch that. Nemestikov 55 solid. Carlson almost 50 as a D-man. Can't complain about that. Looks like the whole team basically was contributing. Also want to take a look at the goalies here, as I'm kind of concerned with them. And it looks like they split games almost exactly even. Hutchinson there, 42 games played. Mason, 46. And Hutchinson actually had the better record. Mason, though, slightly better save percentage and goals against. Looks like the exact same amount of shutouts. Also want to take a quick look at the AHL team, see how the guys that we sent to the AHL did. Colin White there, 79 points. Same with Athens CU. Josh Anderson, 78. So that first line just absolutely carried this team, although I don't even think they made the playoffs. Sam Gagne there, 49. So let's check here quick too, see if maybe any of them led the AHL in scoring, and they did. Yeah, so the top 3 AHL scorers was just our top AHL line. And then NHL here, Tarasenko got first, 97 points. Patty Kane there, 2 points away from the Art Ross, not too bad. Tavares, though, finished third in scoring. Marner there tied with Crosby and James Schwartz and Backstrom all at 80, so both top lines were just insane. And obviously we know we finished first in the Atlantic. Want to see where we finished in the entire league. So we finished 5th place. Washington, Calgary, St. Louis, Chicago all ahead of us. Probably Detroit finishing last. They always do, and yeah, they do. 58 points. Detroit just sucks in the first year sim. And in the first round of the playoffs, guys, we're up against the Buffalo Sabres. Honestly, no idea how this team makes the playoffs, let alone winning the division at the deadline. Solid first line. Second line is okay. I mean, Molson's really not too great. Their bottom 6, though, is pretty bad. Middlestat hasn't even grown at all for them. Defense there is also pretty good. Like Ristolainen, it's kind of similar to ours. Like one solid guy and the rest are average. Laners are starting goaltender. Like our team was much better, so we'll sim this first round here. I think we should at least, you know, make to the semis. So here we go, guys. First round simulation against Buffalo. Losing the first game, won the second, though, and the third. Oh, here we go. All right, so lose the first game, win the next 4 straight. Not too bad. And then we got the Leafs here in the second round. This should be good. And Nemestikov actually led our team in scoring in that first round. 5 points there in 5 games. I'm going to take a look now at the Leafs roster, assuming it's probably the same. I mean, maybe they made one small trade. I learned you can do this now to view lines. So much easier. So obviously they have Marner too. There's really no way to avoid that. So we'll see if the London Knight Marner is better than the Maple Leaf Marner. They did make a trade there for Perron. Also, they have Kadri. Totally forgot about that. The rest of the team there looks the same. Defense. I mean, their defense... They have an 88 in Riley, like we have Carlson. They also have Gardner. After that, though, it's pretty similar. And, of course, in goal, they have Anderson. So here we go, guys. Second round against the Leafs. First game's a win. There we go. 2-1, 2-2. It's a close series. 3-2. There we go. 6 games. We got it done. That was a close one. And then just back-to-back wins to get it done. 8-3 so far in the playoffs. This team is unreal. And we have the Pittsburgh Penguins up next in the conference final. This is going to be tough. And at this point, Kane's not a leading scorer. 9 points there in 11 games. Passing to Nemestikov. The Penguins, I don't think, will have any moves made, as they're pretty much right up against the salary cap max. So it'd be really hard for them to get something done. And looking at the forward group here, I mean, they have switched around the lines a bit. They have Brassard playing wing for some reason. Gensel's not with Crosby, but yeah, the same guys. No changes on defense. Murray's there. It's still the starting goaltender. So let's see what happens here. I think this team might make a miracle run. I'll have to find out. So here you go. Conference final against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Gotta stop them from winning back-to-back-to-back cups. Oh no. Okay. Come on. We won the first 2, then they won the next 2. There we go. Back-to-back wins again, Game 5 and Game 6. Beating the Penguins. And then now we have the Jets in the conference final. I swear, it's always like the Jets, the Penguins, the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first year sim. And of course, yeah, we got the Jets, who are stacked. I think they're the second or third best team in this game, aside from Tampa and Pittsburgh, who I just mentioned. So this is going to be a tough one. Let's actually take a look at the ratings here. I'm kind of curious, just like, is it just because our offense is so much better than everyone else's? So Jets 93, 93, 92, and then we have 97, so our team grew a bit, 91, 85. So yeah, only thing we have better is the offense, and maybe that's all that matters. Also guys, right now I'm looking at our team, and none of our players have grown in overall, yet somehow our offense went up by 1, so I don't get that. The Jets lines here look to be exactly the same. I don't see any trades with the forwards or the defense. Goalies, Hellebeck there in 87, so yeah. This is going to be a tough matchup for sure, but somehow we've gotten it done thus far. So hopefully we can keep rolling here and win that Stanley Cup. I'm going to sim these ones period by period. I mean, it's the Cup Final, you got to. So first one here, let's see what happens. 1-1, Domi and Wheeler. Kachuk and Hendricks. And big third period for us. Outscore them 3-2. That was a close game, though. 5-4, we actually get the first win. Was that in Winnipeg, too? I forget if they finished ahead of us. Oh, no, that was in London, so that's pretty sick. Alright, so game number 2 here. First period. 1-1 again, Carlson and Myers. Nothing in the second. And there we go, another third period win just by 1. Kadri and Maroon each score, line A for them. Also, Steve Mason obviously is their backup goalie, and he's starting for us. And we're up in the series now, 2-0, heading to Winnipeg. This team is just unreal. Here we go, game 3, first period. Nemestikov starts it off. Enstrom answers back. And there we go, Nemestikov again and Rick Nash. Looks like Nemestikov just scored an empty netter. So we're up 3-0 on the Jets in the Stanley Cup Final. I mean, pending a reverse sweep, this team is winning the Stanley Cup. I would have never guessed that. 15-5 so far in the Stanley Cup playoffs. That is insane. So it just must be offense. I guess is the most important thing. I always thought it was like a goaltender. I'm always trading for like a #1 starting goaltender. Apparently, you just need a stacked forward group, especially that stacked first line, and you'll be able to win. So first period here, game 4. All right, we're down 2-0, 3-1 now, and let's see. 4-3. Wow, I kind of risked it there just simming the whole period, and we almost answered back. So, did not sweep the Jets in the Cup Final, but that's alright. Few games left here to finally get that Stanley Cup. Game 5, first period. We're up 1 from Patrick Kane. Second period there, Tavares and Kane gets another Wheeler for them, so 3-1 now. We'll resume the simulation here. 8 times, we're on a power play. Tavares gets another, so him and Kane each have 2 goals here. They want that Stanley Cup. Kadri now, 5-1. These guys are just going off. It must be like no one can match our forward group. Like, even though like the third line, fourth line are like good, but they're not amazing. I don't know. It must just be Tavares and Kane carrying the team. 5 minutes left. Kachuk gets another. Armia gets 1 for them. Doesn't really matter though. A minute left here. Let's watch that Stanley Cup celebration. Here we go, guys. 5 seconds left. Kane's on the puck. Can we get one more? It doesn't matter. Throws it on net. London Knights are Stanley Cup champions. That's crazy. Like I said, this team's offense was so stacked, but I thought their defense and their goaltending would let them down. Apparently not. Definitely going to change how I build teams now, I think, in franchise mode. Unless this could have been a fluke, I don't know. But I think you need like a very good first line and a really good #1 D-man, as they're just playing like half the game anyway, right? So maybe that's the way to go, opposed to trying to get like that perfect balanced team. Scheifele there, definitely, you know, feel bad for him. Tavares first cup. John Carlson winning the cup here. Most likely actually going to happen in real life, but on the Capitals opposed to his old junior team. That is awesome. Also, guys, let me know if you want to see me try out more teams like this in franchise mode. I think the Spitfires have a good enough alumni. I could build a team. Also, college teams are an option. Michigan probably has enough. North Dakota, Minnesota, teams like that. If you guys are interested, again, leave that like and leave a comment. Just watching the handshake here. Love that. Wondering who the Conn Smythe winner is? Is it Steve Mason? It is. Winnipeg's backup goalie win the Conn Smythe for us. 2.17 goals against. I mean, I don't know. Those stats were good, but they definitely weren't great. I guess none of our forwards had an absolute, you know, insane playoff. I thought maybe Kane or Tavares could have got it done, but that's alright. So, Patrick Kane here going out to get his 4th Stanley Cup. This time with the London Knights. The jerseys in the crowd weren't even, I don't even think our jerseys. I'm not sure what those were, but I feel like they're okay, right? Like, I got the scheme down right. I used the Vegas Golden Knights little symbol there on the shoulder pad you guys can see. Again, definitely glad we're wearing these ones and not the other ones. The other ones are pretty ugly, honestly. There he goes. Patrick Kane gets his 4th Stanley Cup. That's awesome. Honestly, still surprised this team somehow found a way. And there he goes. Patrick Kane lifting that Stanley Cup for the London Knights. Love to see that. And who's he going to give it to first? Does he give it to Thought maybe? One of the veterans? Kadri gets it first. Alright, I respect that. And look at this team pick here. All London Knights. Honestly, that's pretty sick to see. Especially, too, I think, like, most of them you can kind of tell who they are. Tavares there, I just noticed, has a sick beard. Kane had absolutely no beard. There's the stats, I guess, for the game. 3 stars. Tavares had 3 points in that game. Same with Kane. Wow, they went off there. Again, making sure we got that cup. And our final record there in the playoffs was 16-6. Like, that's honestly unreal. I want to take a look and see just to how all of our guys did. Carlson was actually our leading scorer in the playoffs. Wow, 20 points. Did not expect that. I thought for sure Kane or Tavares, but apparently our number 1 D-man there was just carrying us. Kane had 18. Nemestikov Kadri also had 18. Tavares only had 17. Perry and Marner was 16. Take a look at the awards now. Obviously, we have a few, and I'm hoping maybe we got a couple player awards or even an AHL award. So Stanley Cup there, along with the Prince of Wales trophy. Player awards there. Maybe I thought Kane could have got the Hart, but I guess not. It pretty much always goes the Art Ross winner. James Norris actually went to Pietrangelo. Tarasenko with the Lady Byng. Besser with the Calder. Mason though with the Conn Smythe. Hellebeck the Vesna. Rene, William M. Jennings. Ekman Larson, Bill Masterson. Stahl, Selke. Tarasenko, Ted Lindsay. And Maurice Richard. Okay. Tarasenko, how many awards? He got everything, eh? Like 3. He got 5 awards. That's unreal. Our AHL team, I don't think made the playoffs, so we're not going to have any of that. Player awards, though. Maybe we got Colin White there. Most points. I mean, we actually had a tie between him and Athanasiou. Athanasiou, though, got the MVP, so they spread it around. Colin White, most goals. And he got the MVP for most outstanding rookie, sorry. Weirkosh got the best defenseman. Lindgren, best goalie. Allmark there, MVP of the playoffs. Ty Ratty, leadership. Holzer got something, community. And then Lindgren something else. But I mean, alright, we still got a few AHL awards, which is pretty sick. So that is it, guys, for this video. I thought that honestly went really well. I did not expect them to win the Stanley Cup. Probably, I don't know if it was a fluke or not, honestly, but that forward group, that first line, like Marner, Tavares, Kane, just so stacked. And then, of course, Carlson leading the D. Somehow, you know, found a way. And like I was saying earlier, guys, if you'd like to see more videos like this with other alumni teams, definitely know in the comments section as well. Leave a like on this video. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you do that. On the road to 100K. Really need your help. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.